Welcome to Creative Genius Labs. I'm your host, Zane Wild. Today, on Creative Genius Labs, what if the very thing that makes you different is the key to unlocking your greatest potential? Today, we explore the life of Antonin Artaud, a man branded as mad, but who dared to see the world anew, challenging you to question, what madness must you embrace to ignite your own revolution? In a stark psychiatric clinic in Paris, 1948, a man hunches over scattered papers, his trembling hand racing across the page. His eyes flash with an unsettling mixture of brilliance and despair. This is Antonin Artaud, and his story will make you question everything you believe about genius, madness, and the price of refusing to compromise your vision. Picture yourself as a child watching 5 of your siblings die, one by one. Feel the searing pain of meningitis burning through your nervous system, leaving permanent scars. This was young Antonin's reality. But what if these early wounds weren't just trauma? What if they were the crucible that forged an entirely new way of seeing the world? In high school, Artaud did something that would foreshadow his entire life's journey. In a moment of profound despair, he gathered every piece of poetry he'd ever written and destroyed them all. Then he cut himself off from every friend he had. Society saw a troubled youth having a breakdown, but perhaps he was actually performing his first act of artistic revolution, destroying the conventional to birth something entirely new. By 1919, the world had tried to break Artaud in every way possible. The army discharged him for sleepwalking. Doctors prescribed laudanum for his nerve condition, inadvertently leading him into opium addiction. Yet in the hazy streets of 1920s Paris, something extraordinary began to emerge. The very substances meant to numb his pain instead opened doors to new realms of artistic possibility. You might recognize this pattern in your own life. How often have your greatest weaknesses, your deepest struggles, contained the seeds of your most unique strengths? When Artaud joined the Surrealists in 1924, it seemed he'd finally found his tribe. Here were others who understood that reality needed to be shattered and rebuilt. But even among the avant-garde, he proved too radical. When they embraced Marxism, Artaud famously declared, "I shit on Marxism." He wasn't being crude. He was declaring war on any system that tried to cage the human spirit. Then came the moment that would change everything. In 1931, Artaud witnessed a Balinese dance performance. The rhythmic movements, the primal energy, the raw emotional power, it wasn't just theater. It was a doorway to something deeper, something society had buried under layers of civilization. In that moment, the theater of cruelty was born. But this wasn't about inflicting pain. He was describing something far more revolutionary. He believed that beneath our polite masks, we all contained a savage truth, and only by confronting that truth could we truly be free. But society doesn't like its masks removed. In 1937, Artaud traveled to Ireland, seeking ancient spiritual wisdom. Instead, he suffered a complete breakdown. The authorities shipped him back to France in chains. For the next 9 years, he would endure 52 electroshock treatments in various asylums. Each shock was meant to silence the voice that dared to speak uncomfortable truths. Think about this. How many times have you dimmed your own light, softened your own voice, because society deemed your truth too uncomfortable? If you're enjoying Creative Genius Labs, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. Unlock hacks that make Da Vinci, Banksy, and Lady Gaga creative giants. Now, back to the episode. Yet here's where Artaud's story takes an unexpected turn. In those 9 years of confinement, something remarkable happened. Rather than breaking him, the asylum became his crucible. Between treatments, he wrote some of his most profound work, including his famous study of Van Gogh, another artist he believed was suicided by society. Even as his body failed him, Artaud's mind remained razor-sharp. In his final 3 years, he produced what many consider his finest poetry. He wasn't just describing himself. He was describing every person who's ever been told their vision was too big, too strange, too threatening to the status quo. When Artaud died in 1948, few mourned him. The theatrical establishment breathed a collective sigh of relief. But ideas, like seeds, often need time to germinate. Today, his theater of cruelty concepts influence everything from experimental theater to modern performance art. The Royal Shakespeare Company has adopted his techniques. His vision didn't die, it multiplied. This brings us back to you. Right now, you might be sitting in your own metaphorical asylum, a job that constrains you, relationships that don't understand you, a society that wants to label your unique vision as madness. Artaud's life offers you a profound challenge. What if your madness is actually your gift? Artaud wasn't crazy. He was a mirror, reflecting back the parts of ourselves we're afraid to see. His life poses a question that echoes through time. Will you let society shock the creativity out of you? Or will you, like Artaud, dare to be difficult and cruel with yourself first, pushing past comfort to find your authentic voice? The next time someone tells you you're too much, too intense, too creative, too different, remember Antonin Artaud. Remember that genius often wears the mask of madness. Remember that your strangeness might be precisely what the world needs. Your challenge isn't to avoid the abyss. It's to dive into it, to embrace your unique vision even when, especially when, it frightens others. Because in the end, Artaud's greatest lesson wasn't about theater at all. It was about the courage to remain authentically yourself in a world determined to make you normal. What's your theater of cruelty? What truth burns inside you, waiting to revolutionize your corner of the world? Artaud's life stands as both warning and inspiration. The price of vision is high, but the cost of silence is even higher. The world doesn't need another well-behaved artist. It needs you in all your beautiful, frightening authenticity. Will you answer the call? On the next episode of Creative Genius Labs, Antonin Artaud dared to tear down the walls of traditional theater, seeking a raw, visceral experience that often plunged him into darkness. But what happens when an artist's vision becomes so potent, so overwhelming, that it threatens to consume them entirely? This week, we've explored the radical minds that reshaped performance, and the next innovator we'll delve into took that rebellion to an entirely new level. They grappled with societal pressures, personal demons, and the very essence of what it means to truly feel on stage. You'll discover a profound connection between Artaud's desperate pursuit of authenticity and the groundbreaking, and sometimes dangerous, methods of the artist we're about to explore. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the power of performance. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. 7 days, 7 creative legends. Unlock your inner creative genius using the secret tactics of history's most revolutionary artists. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/cgl. Thanks for watching.